What is going on, everybody? So today we're going to take a look at the top 20 special illustration rares over the past month, see what they're doing. We'll get right into that by looking at the graph. Hold on a second. This isn't a graph of special illustration rares. What is this? Annualized ROI of Sword and Shield sets. Number 1, Evolving Skies. That must be the booster box, yeah. 108% annualized ROI. Okay, number 2, Crown Zenith. Okay, 40, that must be an ETB. 83.5% annualized ROI. Okay, number 3, Lost Origin. Okay, 69%. Okay, Giggity. Number 4, Fusion Strike, 67%. Silver Tempest, Astral Radiance. Oh, Celebrations is on that list, guys. Number 7. Wow, 43.63% annualized ROI on the ETB since release,
Again, he's not accounting for time. All he is doing is looking at the numbers. That's all these guys do with spreadsheets, are look at numbers. They don't understand that time is the overall factor here.
Number 7, though. Like, there's Astral and Silver and Fusion and Lost and Crown and Evolving. I could have put my money in those, but Celebrations, it seems like such a good investment, guys. It's probably one of the best in the Sword and Shield era. I don't know. I just have a hunch that it's going to change over the next 5 years and become one of the best. I don't know. And then Brilliant Stars at number 8. I mean, that's probably an S tier investment too. That's probably going to be the second best one over the next 5 years. It's gonna just jump over everything else, beat out Crown Zenith, Evolving, Lost Fusion. I have a feeling, guys. I just think it's gonna happen. I really believe it in my soul. Now look, guys, all trolling aside, okay, this is actually the annualized ROI of the ETBs versus the booster boxes since set release for all of these. And you can see, I mean, Celebrations doesn't even crack the top half of Sword and Shield. I mean, maybe it's the bottom of the top half if you include all the specialty sets. But either way, definitely not one of the best from the Sword and Shield era so far. Again, maybe it changes. You never know. 30th anniversary is coming up. And on a serious note too, I do hear you guys when you talk about the Greninja promo being a huge factor going forward and potentially what could happen. I mean, if you look at the 1 year chart, this was a $1, $2 card for a lot of last year. We saw a bump in January, February. It kind of stabilized around $6, $7. And you can see basically overnight, this card jumped up to $30. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to stay at this level. You can see here on the 1 month chart, we're already coming back down $27. In most recent sales, you have some at 24, some above 30 still, another 24, sub $20 one, 24, 25. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, normally when buyouts happen on TCG Player, it's not long lasting, especially when we're dealing with single cards and not actually a sealed product. But I could be wrong. I mean, this Greninja is probably going to find a new higher level. The same thing that happened with the Drowsy from SV Bays. The Bexcalibur line from Paldea Evolved, it's going to find a new level where it eventually trades at. And this will definitely play a factor in what happens with the ETB. But I really just don't believe that it's going to play that big of a factor. I mean, it hasn't, guys, for the past, 3 to 4 years. So maybe people were just sleeping on it for so long that now it's going to become the new thing. But we'll see. And again, I totally get timing the market, guys. There's always going to be opportunities to buy things where it makes sense. Even if it's not the best set, if it's underpriced compared to a lot of other products, sure, it's probably going to be worth buying, especially if you're looking to make shorter term plays. But over 3 to 5 years, it normally doesn't matter that much. And this is where complacency can creep into the hobby and creep into your investments. Because I had someone comment down below, and again, no hate to you guys. They said, they were surprised why I don't buy Celebrations and that they bought a lot 6 months ago and they're almost up 100%. That's great. I mean, if you look at the TCG Player chart, you can see 6 months ago, it was around $100. You could probably buy it a little bit less. Now sitting around 170 today. Again, this was 165 yesterday, 170 now. And that's a 58, 59% gain, even a little bit more potentially, right? Depending on your buy cost or whatever. But even just comparing that to Crown Zenith, I mean, Crown Zenith is up 148, 149% at the same time. That's quite a difference between Celebrations and Crown Zenith just over the past 6 months too, right? So again, you make great money with Celebrations. You probably would have made more money with Crown Zenith. And that's where you really do have to look at your investments and what you do and, really look yourself in the mirror and say what is a good investment and what isn't a good investment. For example, I could sit here and say my Chilling Reign, my Brilliant Stars, when I bought these booster boxes, these were the best investment. I mean, I'm up over 150% on these, right? That's pretty solid. But The reality is, I could have put more money into Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, and made way more money. So objectively, buying so much Brilliant Stars was not a great investment. Even though I've done well on it, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it was the best decision I ever made, because I could have made way better decisions. And just keep that in mind, guys, going forward, because there will be people on the internet who like to play dress up that maybe take 2 sentences out of a 10-minute video and try and twist their narrative to make it fit over like a 2-month period. But when we look at this stuff 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, I'm still feeling quite confident with a lot of my predictions. So moving into today's video, we'll talk about a couple cards that moved up this month. The Team Rocket's Mewtwo is now sitting around $400, and lots of trades going on for this one. Cynthia's Garchomp is up to around 225. I think in the spreadsheet last time it was around 193, just because this is off by like 1 day. But if you want to take from May 31st, TCG Players Graph, it's up 7%. And I think that's fair. It's still a newer card. It's a great artwork. I really do enjoy this one. Some cards, though, aren't doing so hot, and they're getting crushed. And the Bubble Mew is not one of those that's doing that bad. It was down 1.38% over the past 28 days, sitting around $295. It seems like this card has kind of found a new bottom. I'm not sure if this card is going to continue to drop. The Pikachu, same sort of situation. This is down around 2% this month, sitting around $280. But a lot of the evolutions from Prismatic Evolutions have been crushed, and they're not having a great time. The Jolteon's down around 28%. The Flareon's down around 27%. The Leafeon, 21%. The Roaring Moon is down 19-20% as well. And then some of the top cards, I mean, the Umbreon's down 14-15%, and the Sylveon's down 16-17%. It really depends on what price you put in. TCG Players Graphs show data from May 31st, and when I did my spreadsheet update last time, it was from June 1st. So the days are off slightly from this video to what you'll see in the spreadsheet if you're in there. But either way, a lot of these cards are coming down. That's to be expected. We see a lot more prismatic product hitting the market. The Costco bundles hit the market, and those definitely affected the price of the sealed product, but also these singles, because, guys, the reality is not everybody's storing these in their basement for the next 10 years. A lot of people are actually opening prismatic. I know it's difficult to comprehend that people want to open Pokemon cards and chase these Prismatic Evolutions. So we're going to have to wait and see where a lot of these bottom out, because I don't think that some of these are done. And honestly, if you go look at the most recent sales on some of these, for example, the Umbreon, basically all the time now, it's below $1,000, $925. This one was right around $1,000 actually, and a couple yesterday were over $1,000, but before then, more below $999. I imagine when we look at these cards a month from now, these graphs are gonna continue to be going down. And if you own sealed product, you own the ETBs, the SPC, the PCTBs, this probably shouldn't concern you that much. This is to be expected. This happens for basically every set. And even if all of the cards in Prismatic Evolutions were slashed in half again, the set value would still be way higher than pretty much every other set from Scarlet and Violet era, even the Sword and Shield era, outside of maybe like Evolving Skies at that point. And you can tell people are already starting to cope when they look at Prismatic Evolutions. I mean, one of the biggest talking points out the gate was that the set value was inflated because there wasn't a lot of product, and wait for more product to come. Well, more product is coming, and to be fair, a lot of these cards are tanking in price. I mean, the Umbreon EX out the gate was what? $1,500, $1,600, $1,700. There's probably sales even above $2,000 right out the gate in early January. But now we've seen the set value get slashed in half, and it's still way higher than pretty much everything else from the Scarlet and Violet era. And I've had a few people ask me to do a video talking about singles and speculate. And guys, I don't know much about singles. I don't really invest in singles at all. But some cards that seem like they found new bottoms. I mean, the Pikachu, the Mew, the Greninja was still down like 6 or 7% this month, if I can find it over here. So some of those cards like maybe are worth considering. Again, like I'm not buying or selling these. I'm not recommending you to go buy or sell singles, but those would be some of the first cards I would at least look at if I was considering investing into singles and slabs. I would be staying away from Prismatic still. I'd definitely stay away from Destined Rivals, Journey Together. But that's just my opinion. If you guys disagree, that is fine. I mean, maybe you should just start picking up the Greninja Gold Star, because this thing is popping off, guys. To the moon, it's going to be a $100 raw card, $2,000 in a PSA 5, $10,000 in a PSA 7, and 50 million billion gazillion dollars in a PSA 10. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.